always told my baby girl the most important.
Alright, cool. So, what's going on there, everybody in Free Game Nation? I'd like to welcome everybody back to the classroom. I am Professor Jokasey, author of the Playerism, 7 Levels of the Game. The first 4 books out of the 7-book series is out right now on Amazon, man. Every one of these books is standalone experiences, so you don't have to read the prior book or the book afterward to get the full understanding of whichever book you do decide to purchase. But if you do want all 7 levels of the game, which I recommend that you guys get, I do recommend you guys purchasing the whole series. Let me go ahead and get into what I want to talk about, though. Like I said, man, I did the video the day after, on the 13th, the day after PNB Rock got shot. Everybody on YouTube was crashing down on this man, old lady. Even celebrities was going on this old lady, man. Everybody was talking about, oh, man, that dude, old lady, stupid. Man, why she dropped the location? Why she do this? Why she do that? I was the only one, Professor Jokasey, because I understand the game, man. I understand life is all about balance, I understand, even though it may be from a very, very, very small perspective. I never had 1,000th of the fame that PNB Rock had, but I understand how it feels to be somebody of notoriety and have people know you that you don't know, and be places that, sometimes you might can't go now because you got a little fame for yourself. You got a little hood fame, so now you got people hating on you. You got people hating on you because they had a perception that you may be doing better than them, and you ain't even really doing better than them. You just got a little fame. You just got a little groupie love. So I can understand that. I can understand that from that little small perspective. From that little small, I'm talking about just for me being a local rapper back in the days. Just for me being a local rapper, I can understand what, a very, very, very small slice. Now, I can't really understand that because I can always leave my city and, go somewhere and just be a nobody and not have to worry about people hating on me. That's another reason why I was really perplexed about coming on this YouTube thing. I'm like, do we really want to go through that again? Because this YouTube, when I was rapping, that was just some hood stuff. And I was rapping at a time where everybody couldn't rap. Like nowadays, everybody got a studio time real cheap and all that stuff though. I was rapping at a time where you had to have somebody sponsor you. Somebody had to put some money up for you. Somebody had to pay them beats, man. Like rapping wasn't cheap in the early 2000s. Anybody could just get in the studio. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all this technology. So I was rapping at a time where you had to have some money behind you. So if you had a little hood fame, you was really hated. You was really hated, not only because you were making music that people like, but you was doing something that everybody couldn't do. Everybody can rap nowadays, so it's a little bit different being a local rap dude. But now the hate is when you make it. If you make it big rapping now you get all the hate. See, back then you ain't even have to make it big. If you were just a local joker and you were doing club shows and people was vibing with you like that, you got a lot of hate. So I had to ask myself about this YouTube shit. I'm like, bro, you really want to go through all that again on YouTube? And now you exposing yourself to a whole new, I'm talking about now, it's the world now. The world gonna know you. Do you really want to go through that? That's why I ain't really been going so hard like I want to go. That's why I ain't even, I really been like taking my time with the YouTube thing. Because like anytime if I want to bow out, I could just bow out. I say, you know what, man? I don't want to do this jump. I don't want to go through all this, man. You like, they ain't supporting how I need them to support me. And, last thing you want to do is be famous and you don't have the money to support the fame. That's the last thing you want. Man, that's like the worst thing in the world that can happen to somebody. Become famous and you don't have no money to support the fame. They become famous for doing something stupid, but your money don't match up to the level of your notoriety. I kind of think that's what was going on with PNB. I don't think that man, like people be like, man, he had the money to buy $100K of jewelry. He could have, man, security ain't cheap like that, especially security every day. Security alone, bro. I'm talking about real security. I'm talking about security that's going to keep you safe year out. 4, 5 dudes, that's going to hit you for about 4 dudes probably gonna hit you for about $1 million a year. Day in, day out security, that's probably $1 million a year. I'm talking about 4 dudes, armed, licensed. That ain't no cheap job, man. Ain't nobody finna be protecting nobody for no $20,000-$30,000 a year. Nah. So, like, you don't want to have that type of notoriety, and you can't afford to have that type of notoriety. I don't think PNB Rock had no $1 million a year to just be paying dudes to follow him around. And like I say, man, I wouldn't be surprised if that dude dropped. He wanted to feel normal. He didn't want to be a prisoner of his success. He was like, man, I'm tired of these niggas. He on IG, people coming on IG threatening him, talking about I'm gonna take your chain and where you at and all this stuff there. So I said I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped. I wouldn't be surprised if he let her do that. But not only did he not let her do that, he dropped this location first. Everybody was going in on this girl, man. I said, man, dog, y'all gotta understand. Sometimes people just want to feel normal. Sometimes people just want to be like, say, you know what, man, I'm gonna show these cats I'm not scared to be outside. We live in a time right now, bro. The criteria for being a real dude, a real street cat, for these celebrities, criteria, it just go outside. Oh man, that dude, he be over here, he be over there, you always see him around. He a real one. He ain't do nothing. He ain't get nobody no money. He ain't build no companies, get nobody no jobs. He ain't do nothing. His criteria for being real is he can go everywhere. He can go where the poor people go. He can go where the normies go. So he real. He can go out to eat. Ain't nobody mess with him. He real. That's the criteria now. That's how low the ball is dropped. If you can go outside, if you don't feel getting hurt, you real. If you ready to suffer for your reputation, you real. That's the criteria. If you willing to sit in jail for 100 years and don't say nothing, and don't free yourself, you willing to suffer for the streets, you real. And that ain't even no street thing though. That just all around, man. We always worship the sufferers. We always worship people who was willing to suffer. That's why all through history you got people like Gandhi, you know, people like Martin Luther King, people, you know, everybody who known for their suffering. We elevate them. That's why Christianity is the greatest religion of all time, because Jesus was willing to suffer on the cross. We worship sufferers. Nobody likes nobody. If you happy, nobody likes you. Nobody. Very few people speak on Buddha. Buddha was known as a happy guy. The big jolly guy with the big belly who was happy all the time. Wasn't known for crying. Wasn't known for being sad and miserable. Very few people speak about Buddha. Very few. If you happy, people hate you. They resent you. They want to target you. If you winning, they want to get at you. This is what I tell y'all, man. Hey, man, if you got somebody on YouTube, man, and you like their content, man, support that person, man. Support that person. Because don't nobody want to be famous, man. Nobody. You know, people got talents and they really don't want to, they don't even want to use their talent because they know, man, bam, it's a whole bunch of hate out here. All that man wanted to do, that man wanted to feel normal. I keep telling y'all, man, life is all about balance. I keep telling y'all, this how these groupie chicks get at these celebrities. If you can make a celebrity feel normal, man, hey, ladies, if you're listening, you get one of these famous dudes and you don't give them that groupie attention that they so used to getting from these other bras, man. Treat that dude like he only got $5 to his pocket. That dude will love you. Cuss his ass out. Let him know he ain't nothing. Talk about his mama. That dude will love you. That dude will love you, man. People be like, I'm telling you, man, they want to feel normal. They want to go through what everybody else go through. That's why Blueface and Chrisean Rock such a great couple, because they go through what normal people go through. It just look crazy because they celebrities. Blueface celebrities, so people see what, oh man, that girl fighting his parents and all that stuff. It's a lot of that shit going on in the hood. It's a lot of that going on in the hood. She give that man a sense of normality. She give that man a sense of normality, man, that he ain't gonna get for no other female. I understand the game. I understand the game, man. I understand People who ain't famous want to be famous, and people who famous want to be normal. That's just life balancing itself out. People who ain't rich want to be rich, and people who rich just want to be able to experience life like a normal person. Money can't buy normality. Money can't buy being comfortable when you go outside. You can have all the security in the world, you still ain't gonna be comfortable because you're like, all right, bam. The fact that you gotta have that security right there in itself lets you know that you'll never be comfortable. You got to have the security, and then you gotta hope that security ain't gonna bite though you. So, like I said, this is why you should never be jealous of these rich people. Same thing I tell about the people who selling and having problems getting females. You should never be jealous of the guy who you think getting all the females, because you don't know what the womanizer got to go through. You don't know what the macking has to go through. You don't know what the pimping got to go through. Trust me, life will balance itself out. You got the same type of access to the same type of woman they got access to. You just might have to go through a different route. Nobody wants to, nobody talks about that when it comes to the game. Everybody look at, this guy trick, this guy this guy that. Okay, the tricking got the same access to the same type of woman the pimping has access to, but the tricking ain't got to go to, well, I don't know now. Now they locking tricks up. So, yeah, you tricks, y'all going to jail for smashing these hoes, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you tricking by legal means, which I think the only way, if you're gonna be the tricking, it should be by legal means anyway. You shouldn't be on you shouldn't be on the stroll getting out no damn prostitution. But if you tricking by legal means, you can get around that. But yeah, you can't be on the stroll trying to get these stank hoes, got all this stuff crawling up around they with JJs. I gotta be careful with what I say though, man, because I'm learning the algorithm games now. I'm learning that you can't even say the G word now. I'm watching people do a video the other day, man, and the lady say pew pew. She said, because I can't say the G word, because if I say the G word, the algorithm's gonna catch it. So I gotta say pew pew, and I'm like, you can't even say the G word. Like, the YouTube game is crazy, bro. So I see why I was putting out all this great content, but I was saying all this ratchet stuff, man. So I gotta really go on forward, because this YouTube is a business now. It ain't just me coming on here just talking to the family to be comfortable. It's like, okay, bam, man, if I'm gonna put myself out there, I gotta at least I gotta play the game the right way. I gotta play the game the way the rules are set up. I can't just be out here just wasting this energy coming to the classroom every day to get these coaching sessions, and I'm handicapping myself because I don't have the right vocabulary to get my point across. That's like me being a simping on YouTube. If you're gonna come on YouTube and you're gonna do this, do it the right way. That's the same thing about the game. Sometimes your way ain't the right way. Sometimes you have to, you gotta bow down to the system. And I think that's what happened with PNB, man. PNB didn't want to bow down, man. PNB had them ops out there. He wanted to show them. He wanted to drop a dot and let them know, man, look at, man, I'm just out here with my family. I'm trying to, I work hard. I got the jury. You know what I mean? I ain't never had nothing. I just want to enjoy it. And like I say, man, the game is structured for real dudes to suffer. If you real, you have to suffer for your realness. So that's why you gotta ask yourself, man, like, all that being real stuff, man, like, it's looking real lame right now. It's looking real lame because you gotta suffer for your realness. I just want everybody to have a clear concept of that. You got to suffer for your realness. So it's just best to just get out the way. It's best to just get out the way. Stay out the way. Stay out the way. Hey, man, look at, man, I ain't got to wear the jury. Hey, man, I ain't got to go here. I ain't got to go there. Hey, man, you know what? Hey, I can't move like I want to move. That's the price I got to pay for this lifestyle I'm living. And you just got to, you got to deal with that. So that's why I ain't go in on that man or lady, because I understood the game, man. Everybody went in, though. Everybody said that girl dropped the dot, set that man up. That man dropped the location first. The news came out and said it. Mr. Charlie came out and said, man, y'all stop harassing that lady. This man dropped the location. He dropped the location. And it was stupid. But I told y'all that the day after it happened. I said, he let her drop the location. But he dropped his own location. He dropped the location. I knew he had approved it. I knew she wasn't going, because that's her plug. Why she going to mess up the money? Unless you can show me text messages where they was getting ready to break up and they was fighting and arguing and all this stuff here and he didn't want nothing to do with her no more. No, he the plug. She need him to keep getting that money. They probably having a conversation like, hey, babe, I'm finna show these niggas we at the Waffle House, baby. We ain't scared of them. We did it. We that. He like, yeah, baby, we know, baby. I know you got my back. She said, I got your back, boo. You know, she probably was bigging them up, letting them know, don't let this fame get to you. Fame will destroy you, man. Fame will destroy you, man. And this coming from somebody who was I was like the first level of fame. You know, it's like 100 different levels of fame. I only made it to the first level with local rapper. That's the lowest level of fame you can be. That's like I don't even think local rapper is above hood superstar. Like, you know, when you the hood superstar, you making all this money, and you know what I mean, you taking care of the dope boys, you got a dope hole or something. Local rapper is even under that. I wasn't even above the hood superstar. So I was at the lowest level of fame. Like it's local rapper and then it's nobody. You know, it's local rapper, then it's street soldiers, then it's nobody. So I was at the second level of fame. I was a little bit ahead of the street soldiers who was going around and, you know, getting a reputation for fighting and beating everybody up. I was a little bit above them. And even I know, man, that fame shit, man, for the birds. If you don't got the money, you got to have the money to be able to enjoy your prison. So you can at least make it a luxury prison. Because that's all fame is. It's a prison. This is why so many of you rappers keep getting caught slipping. They trying to break out of jail. They're like, man, I'm tired of this fame shit, man. I can't talk to the type of girls I want to talk to. I can't go where I want to go. I can't hang out how I want to hang out. I just got to sit in this house all day. It's like being on house arrest, man. It's like being on house arrest, and they don't got enough money to afford the security. Rap don't make money like that, man. They might get on IG and have a whole armband full of money, but that's all the money they got to their name. The house they staying in ain't even their house. They just got $100,000 that they look at every day. Can't do nothing with it. Got a foreign car. They can't drive nowhere. It's just there, just in the driveway. Who cares about... When you understand the game, you can see this, man. Who cares about having that big ass foreign and I can't drive it nowhere? I can't go nowhere. I can't stunt with it. I can't get no girls with it. I gotta wait for somebody to have some big event so I can pull up in a foreign car. I could drive it probably 20, 30 miles and then let somebody else park it. And I'm in the event. I can't drive around the hood every day in this car. So I say the only way somebody can really have money and be popping like that if they the hood superstar. And even then, they got to be on their toes. You got to make sure you feed the hood. You got to make sure you feed the block. Everybody got to be getting money. And people gonna be scared to mess with you when you the hood superstar because they know, bam, if they mess with you, you know, whoever try you, they coming. The whole hood gonna come for them because you feeding everybody. So you stop eating, the hood stop eating. So they'll let you slide if you the hood superstar. If you paying everybody, you breaking everybody off, they'll let you slide coming around there with that money because you feeding everybody. You a source of money for everybody else. But even then, you still got to be careful because these little cats, they'll crash out. They crash dummies. These little cats who don't understand, who don't know what you is, who don't respect the hierarchy, they might say, man, bump that man. That cat, he got too much money. I know he feeding everybody, but he ain't feeding me, so I'm about to crash out. Still lose. You can't win like that, man. You cannot win like that. This fame game, man, is crazy. But, you know, RIP to PNB, man. That's all I want to speak on that. Because I already knew what it was, man. I said that man just wanted to be normal. That's all. He just wanted to be normal, and uh, it was stupid, but I understand. I understand. I can't understand on the level that he was going through it because I never been on his level. But I understand. I understand that life is all about balance, and all he was trying to do was just balance it out. He just balanced it out in the wrong way. R.I.P. to that brother, man. Y'all be cool on your stool. Understand you done cooking with two peas in the pot. They ain't cooking it. The stove ain't hot. I'm Jokasey. I'll holler at you.